Chosen one, this moment is not an accident. You are not here by chance, and what you are hearing right now is not a coincidence. This is a message from God, sent directly into your life, pulling you toward the very truth your soul has been searching for. The fact that you're here, reading these words, means something greater than you can fully understand right now. It means your season of hiding is coming to an end. God has been preparing you, shaping you, and protecting you for this very moment. And now, your revelation begins. For so long, you have wondered why you felt different, why the world never seemed to understand you, why you carried this deep sense that there was more to your purpose, more to your journey, more to your very existence. You are not imagining it. You are not lost. You have been chosen. And because you are a chosen one, your path has never been meant to look like anyone else's. That strange, painful, confusing season you've walked through was never punishment. It was preparation. God hid you because he had to refine you before revealing you. Right now, as you listen, something inside of you knows this is truth. There's a fire rising in your spirit, a quiet confirmation that this is the moment you've been waiting for. You've carried the weight of unanswered prayers, silent battles, and lonely nights. But none of it was wasted. Every tear, every rejection, every season of isolation was designed to set you apart for something greater. This is your spiritual awakening, the moment where God whispers into your soul, "I have called you and now I am releasing you." The war around you is real, but so is the power within you. There has been a battle for your mind, your heart, and your identity. The darkness tried to keep you small, hidden, and silent because it knew the moment you stepped into your true calling, everything would shift. But God says, no more hiding. He has been working behind the scenes, aligning every detail, every step, every encounter, to bring you to this exact point in time. This isn't just another video, another message, another coincidence. This is divine timing. Chosen one, your light is necessary. You are here for a purpose far bigger than you've ever imagined. The world may not have understood you, but God never abandoned you. He separated you so he could strengthen you, so he could teach you, so he could prepare you for the moment when your voice, your presence, your spirit would be needed more than ever. And now, that moment is here. If your heart is beating faster, if your spirit is stirring, that's not just emotion, it's confirmation. God is awakening something deep within you. This is the shift you've been praying for. You are stepping into a season where what was hidden will now be revealed. Your life is about to align with the purpose heaven wrote over you from the very beginning. Chosen one, rise. Stand in your truth. Claim your calling. Walk boldly into this divine revelation, because the world needs the light God placed inside you. This is your time, your season, your breakthrough. You have been prepared, you have been called, and now you are being released. Why God hid you from the world? When you are a chosen one, your path cannot mirror the paths of those around you. While others were celebrated early, you were being molded in silence. While others were running ahead, you were being taught patience, discipline, and faith. While others seemed visible, you were set apart, and that separation was not a punishment, it was protection. God knew that the weight of your divine calling required more than ordinary strength. He knew that your spirit needed to be sharpened, your faith deepened, and your foundation solidified before revealing you to the world. Chosen one, there comes a time in your journey when you look back at the seasons of your life and wonder why so much of it felt lonely, heavy, and misunderstood. You've questioned why God kept you hidden, why doors seemed closed, why certain relationships ended, and why no matter how hard you tried, the world never truly embraced you. But today, hear this clearly, this was not rejection. This was not abandonment. This was a message from God. You were not forgotten. You were protected. God hid you for a reason, and every hidden moment was designed with intention, preparation, and purpose. The hiding season is sacred because it is where God begins the purification of your spirit. As a chosen one, you cannot step into your calling carrying the weight of old wounds, false identities, and broken attachments. God allowed certain people to leave because their energy could not follow you into the place He is taking you. He removed distractions, toxic influences, and hidden enemies long before you knew they were there. It may have hurt deeply, but what was taken from you was necessary to preserve what He was building within you. He had to strip away what was temporary to reveal what was eternal. You've walked through seasons where you felt invisible, rejected, and unworthy. But in heaven's eyes, you were never unseen. God placed you in a season of hiding because there were things inside you that He needed to strengthen before releasing you into your next level. He was preparing you for battles you couldn't yet see, victories you couldn't yet comprehend, and blessings you couldn't yet carry. Every closed door, every delayed answer, every moment of isolation was heaven's way of building a stronger, wiser, and more spiritually awakened version of you. You've endured heartbreak, betrayal, and disappointment, not because you were cursed, but because God was clearing the path for your spiritual awakening. Some relationships ended because they would have sabotaged your destiny. Some opportunities never came because they would have compromised your purpose. Some people turned against you because they could not see what God was doing in your life, and that was by design. God didn't hide you to punish you. He hid you to protect the promise He placed inside you. Chosen one, there is a war around you. A spiritual battle for your light, your purpose, and your voice. The enemy has always sensed that you carry something powerful, something rare, something divine. That's why you've faced so many trials, so many unexpected attacks, and so many silent struggles no one else could see. But even when the war raged around you, God covered you. Even when darkness tried to consume you, His hand kept you safe. You were hidden not because you were weak, but because you are extraordinary. This is not the moment to doubt yourself. This is the moment to rise. Step boldly into your calling, because what God has placed within you is not meant to stay hidden any longer. Your story, your voice, your light, they are necessary for what comes next. The same God who kept you hidden is now the one revealing you to the world. You are stepping into your divine assignment, and everything you've endured has been leading you here. And now, the season is shifting. The time of hiding is coming to an end. The refining is complete. God has prepared you, strengthened you, and aligned you for what comes next. You may still feel uncertain, but deep within, your spirit knows this is true. Something inside you is stirring, confirming that you are entering a new season of revelation. The world that once overlooked you will soon recognize what God has been doing in you all along. Chosen one, this is your confirmation. You were not imagining it. You were called, you were chosen, and nothing can stop what God has prepared for you. The war is real, but so is your victory. The darkness tried to silence you, but your light cannot be contained. The time has come for you to rise, to walk in your divine calling, and to embrace the purpose God designed for your life before you even took your first breath. The signs your revelation season has begun. Chosen one, listen closely, because what you are experiencing right now is not random. It is a message from God. The seasons of hiding, waiting, and preparation are shifting, and for the first time your spirit feels something changing deep within you. You sense it even if you can't explain it. This is your confirmation. Your hidden season is ending, and your revelation has begun. God has been silently working behind the scenes, aligning people, opportunities, and divine moments to prepare you for this exact time. What once felt like silence from heaven is now transforming into undeniable signs that your calling is unfolding. One of the clearest indicators that your revelation season has begun is the sudden inner shift happening inside of you. You've been thinking differently, feeling differently, and seeing life with a deeper sense of clarity and purpose. This isn't coincidence. This is the Holy Spirit awakening something powerful within you. Thoughts and ideas that seem to come out of nowhere, divine downloads of wisdom and insight, visions and a strong sense of direction, are all evidence that God is preparing you for the next chapter. Where confusion once clouded your heart, now there is a growing peace that cannot be shaken. Another undeniable sign is your heightened and spiritual sensitivity. You may find yourself feeling energy and emotions more deeply than ever before. Things that never bothered you suddenly weigh heavy on your heart, while old distractions no longer interest you. You are more aware of God's presence in your daily life. You sense His whispers, His nudges, His guidance even in the smallest moments. You notice synchronicities, divine alignments, and recurring patterns that remind you God is speaking directly to you. This is part of your spiritual awakening. He is opening your spiritual eyes to see what was once hidden, so you can walk in alignment with your purpose. People around you are also beginning to notice your energy change. Some may tell you that you seem different, lighter, or more at peace. Others might grow distant because your vibration no longer matches theirs. This shift is necessary. When God elevates you, not everyone from your past can rise with you. Your spirit is becoming brighter, stronger, and bolder, and while some will celebrate this transformation, others may quietly fall away. Don't fear it. It is all part of God's preparation, ensuring that only those aligned with your divine calling will walk with you into your next season. You will also notice unexpected doors opening, opportunities appearing seemingly out of nowhere, connections forming at just the right time, and resources showing up when you need them most. These are not accidents, they are divine setups. God is positioning you exactly where you need to be. For so long it felt like doors were locked, prayers unanswered, and progress delayed, but now in this new season the paths are beginning to clear. This is God saying, I hid you because the time wasn't right. But now I am revealing you because the world is ready for the light I placed within you. Chosen one, I need you to understand this. The war around you is real, but so is the power within you. The enemy has been fighting hard to keep you distracted, doubtful, and discouraged, because he knows your revelation changes everything. But no matter what has come against you, nothing can stop what God has already set in motion. Your season of hiding served its purpose. It made you stronger, wiser, and unshakable. And now you are stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. This is the time to trust God's message completely. No more second guessing, no more hesitation, no more fear. You have been prepared for this moment. Everything you've endured, the heartbreaks, the losses, the waiting, was building you for the calling that now stands before you. This is your divine assignment. Step into it boldly. Believe in it fully. Walk in it faithfully. Chosen one, your revelation season has begun. The signs are everywhere if you choose to see them. The stirring in your spirit, the alignment of your circumstances, the undeniable confirmations, they are all pointing you toward your destiny. The world is about to witness what God has been building within you all along. 3. The divine calling. Why you were chosen. Chosen one, hear me clearly. Out of billions of souls on this earth, God looked at you and said, "This one is mine." That is not by accident, nor is it something you imagined. This is a message from God, and it is your confirmation. You were set apart before you were even born, chosen to carry a light so rare that darkness has tried to extinguish it since the moment you came into this world. The battles you've fought, the storms you've endured, and the pain you've carried were not meaningless. They were preparation. God has called you because there is something within you that the world needs, and now the time has come for you to embrace your divine calling. Being a chosen one is not about status, wealth, or recognition. It is a sacred responsibility, a calling to rise above what is ordinary and walk the path designed uniquely for your soul. While others may have lived comfortably, you were refined through trials. While others built their lives on easy paths, you walked through fire so that your spirit could be strengthened. God allowed this because He entrusted you with something greater than yourself, a mission only you can fulfill. This is why your journey has been unlike anyone else's. Your pain, your rejection, your isolation, all of it was shaping you into the vessel you were always meant to become. Every test you faced was intentional. Every delay had purpose. Every moment of suffering was God preparing you for your divine assignment. You were not created to blend in. You were created to stand out. While you may have questioned why life felt so heavy, the truth is, the weight was evidence of your calling. God doesn't place great battles on ordinary souls. He gives them to warriors, to leaders, to light bearers. You are one of them. You have been trusted with an extraordinary purpose that only you can carry. This is why your path has been different. You felt misunderstood, overlooked, even rejected by people you thought would support you. But the rejection was redirection. The isolation was intentional. God was pulling you away from the noise so you could hear His voice clearly. He has been whispering into your spirit, preparing you in silence for the moment when the world would finally see what He placed inside you. And that moment, chosen one, is now. Your spiritual awakening is the unfolding of this divine truth. You are not just living for yourself. You are not just living for yourself. You are living for something bigger. Every gift you have, every struggle you've overcome, every lesson you've learned was placed in you so that you could serve a higher purpose. God has assigned you to be a messenger, a healer, a light in a world that desperately needs hope. The mission you carry is sacred, and it requires courage, faith, and obedience. You were chosen to rise when others fall, to lead when others hesitate, and to speak when others remain silent. This is your confirmation. You are not imagining the shift within you. You feel different because you are different. You have been set apart because you are meant to walk a path few can understand. And while the battles have been real, so is the victory that awaits you. The war against your life has been so intense because your light carries power, power to awaken, to inspire, to lead, and to break chains for generations to come. Chosen one, it's time to step fully into your divine calling. No more doubting yourself. No more questioning why you were chosen. You were called because God saw something within you that the world needs. Everything you've been through has brought you to this moment, a moment where your voice, your faith, and your light are needed more than ever. For breaking free from the past, chosen one, hear me clearly. Before you can fully step into your revelation, you must release everything that has been holding you back. This is not just advice. This is a message from God. You cannot carry old wounds into a new season. You cannot step into your divine calling while still clinging to the pain of the past. God has been preparing you, refining you, and healing you in your hidden season, so that when He reveals you, you will be free from the weight that once tried to destroy you. For too long, you've carried the burden of heartbreak, rejection, and disappointment. You've replayed memories of betrayal and failures that left scars on your heart. You've questioned why certain people left, why opportunities slipped away, and why life seemed unfair. But chosen one, God wants you to understand this truth. None of it was wasted. The relationships that ended, the friendships that faded, the doors that closed, All of it was part of a divine strategy to bring you closer to Him and closer to the purpose He created you for. He hid you to heal you. He separated you so that He could restore you. Breaking free from the past means releasing the pain, but it also means releasing the identities that pain created. For years you may have believed you were not enough, that you were unworthy of love, success, or happiness. Those lies were never part of God's plan for you. The isolation, the rejection, the silence, they weren't signs of abandonment. They were preparation. God was removing what was temporary, so He could make room for what is eternal. The heartbreaks were refining your spirit, stripping away everything that does not serve your higher calling. This is the moment where you choose healing over hurt, faith over fear, and alignment over attachment. Chosen one, God is calling you to surrender every weight you've been carrying. That pain, lay it at His feet. Those grudges, release them. The shame from your past mistakes, let it go. The longer you hold on to what hurt you, the longer you delay the blessings God has already written into your destiny. This isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about choosing not to let it control your future. Your spiritual awakening began the moment you realized you couldn't keep living the same way. The reason certain doors stayed shut wasn't because you weren't worthy, but because God was protecting you from what would have broken you further. Some people were removed from your life because they couldn't handle the weight of your calling. Some opportunities were withheld because they would have led you away from your divine path. You thought you lost, but you were being redirected to something greater than you can imagine. The war around you has always been real, but so has the strength within you. The enemy tried to keep you bound to your past, to your failures, your heartbreak, your pain, because he knew that if you ever broke free, nothing could stop you. And now, God is declaring over your life that chains are broken. Your hiding season served its purpose. The healing has been done. And now, you are being called into a new level of freedom, power, and purpose. Chosen one, this is not just about leaving people behind. It's about leaving behind the version of yourself that was tied to old wounds. You cannot carry fear into a season of faith. You cannot carry shame into a season of destiny. You cannot carry doubt into a season of revelation. God is calling you to rise into the fullness of who you were, always meant to be, but to do that, you must release what no longer serves your spirit. You have been set apart for something greater than your pain. Every loss, every disappointment, every closed door was God's way of clearing space for new blessings, new relationships, and new opportunities that are aligned with His plan. You are stepping into a season where everything that once broke you will become the testimony that sets others free. What you thought was the end of your story was only the preparation for a greater chapter. And now, as you stand at the edge of your revelation, God is whispering into your spirit, do not look back. The past cannot come with you where He is taking you. The lessons will remain, but the weight will not. This is your season to rise, to be restored, and to walk boldly into your divine calling without hesitation, without fear, and without apology. Chosen one, this is your confirmation. You are not imagining this shift. You were called. Your light is necessary. Your freedom is here. The healing has been done. The preparation is complete. And now, your breakthrough is about to manifest in ways you cannot yet see, but your spirit already knows. Stepping boldly into your revelation. There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when the veil begins to lift. After years of being hidden, misunderstood, and overlooked, God begins to reveal who you truly are. This is not a coincidence, and it's not random. It is part of the divine plan. You have been in a season of spiritual awakening, and now your revelation is unfolding before your very eyes. The message from God has always been the same. You were chosen for such a time as this. What you've endured was not wasted. Every heartbreak, every setback, and every silent battle was shaping you into the vessel God needed you to become. Now the time has come to rise boldly into the calling placed over your life. When God begins to reveal your power, it won't feel comfortable at first. You've been conditioned to hide, to doubt yourself, to shrink so the world wouldn't notice you. But God never designed you to live small. You carry a divine calling, a spiritual assignment, so unique that only you can fulfill it. And when this season arrives, the world will begin to sense something different about you. People who once ignored you will begin to take notice. Opportunities that once felt distant will start showing up. Doors that were shut will suddenly swing wide open. But with visibility comes responsibility, and with recognition comes the need for humility. This is not the time to let pride creep in. It's the time to stay grounded in faith, rooted in God's message, and anchored in your divine purpose. Walking boldly into your revelation means trusting God's timing over your own understanding. It means letting go of fear and stepping into the unknown with unshakable faith. The chosen one's path is never free of challenges. In fact, stepping into your light attracts more tests, not fewer. The difference now is that you're prepared. God has already equipped you with the strength, wisdom, and discernment you'll need to handle what's coming. This is where your faith will be tested, not to break you, but to prove to you just how powerful God's hand is over your life. When the world begins to see your rise, you must remember this truth. It was never by your strength alone. Every blessing, every breakthrough, and every revelation is a manifestation of God's divine plan. New opportunities will begin to emerge. Doors you prayed for years ago will suddenly open before you. But not every door is meant to be walked through. This is where discernment becomes your greatest weapon. The enemy knows your season of revelation has begun, and distractions will come disguised as blessings. The chosen one must learn to pause, pray, and seek God's confirmation before stepping forward. Walk in faith, not in desperation. When you align your decisions with God's message, you will never be led astray. Your spiritual awakening has trained you for this moment, to choose purpose over comfort, to walk away from what no longer serves you, and to stay faithful to the assignment God placed over your life. As you step into this new season, you will notice shifts in relationships, energy, and environment. People from your past may resurface, drawn to your light, but not everyone is meant to stay in your future. The elevation God is bringing requires separation, and this can feel painful, but understand this. God removes what no longer serves you to make room for what He ordained for you. Your revelation is not just about blessings, it's about alignment. The divine calling over your life is sacred, and protecting it is part of your responsibility as a chosen one. Some will misunderstand you, some will envy you, some will even try to pull you back into the version of yourself God has already called you out of. But you cannot shrink to make others comfortable. This is your time to stand boldly in your light. Do not fear the changes happening around you. They are signs of transformation, not chaos. God has been orchestrating this moment long before you ever knew to pray for it. You are not stepping into your revelation by accident. You are stepping into it by design. This is the fulfillment of promises whispered over your spirit when no one else believed in you. You may still feel unworthy, unprepared, or uncertain, but God's message is clear. You were never chosen because you were perfect. You were chosen because you were willing. Your willingness to surrender, to trust, and to obey has positioned you for this season. The revelation was always coming. You just had to be prepared to receive it. And now, the time has arrived. The light that God placed within you is needed now more than ever. The world is shifting, and your presence matters. This is not just about personal success. It's about carrying out your divine calling. The impact of your obedience will ripple far beyond what you can see. You are being elevated so that your light can guide others through their darkness. The spiritual awakening within you is not just for you. It's a signal to the world that God's hand is still at work, moving through his chosen ones to fulfill a greater plan. So step boldly, fearlessly, and faithfully into your revelation. Do not doubt what God is doing. Do not second-guess your worthiness. This is your season. You've been hidden for years, refined by fire, and prepared in silence. Now, the unveiling begins. The war is real, but so is your calling. The pain had purpose. The waiting had meaning. And your light is necessary for what comes next. 6. The final preparation, becoming who God destined you to be. This is the season where the old you dies and the true you rises. The chosen one is not defined by what you've been through, but by what you're stepping into. This is a prophetic moment, a divine reminder, and a message from God. You were called, and you are now entering the final stage of preparation. Everything you've endured, the pain, the rejection, the hiding, the silent battles, was shaping you for this very season. You are stepping into alignment with your divine calling, and nothing can stop what God has already ordained for your life. Before God can release your revelation fully, he requires your total transformation. This is the season where discipline, faith, and obedience are no longer optional. They are essential. A spiritual awakening is happening deep within you, and with it comes a sacred responsibility. You're not just surviving anymore, you're being trained to lead, to guide, to awaken others, and to carry the light when the world is covered in darkness. The war is real, and your role in it is far greater than you can currently see. God hid you so he could prepare you, and now he is revealing who you truly are. Chosen one, you have been refined in the fire, stripped of the attachments that once held you down, and healed from wounds you thought would never close. This preparation is not punishment, it is divine positioning. God is calling you into greater spiritual authority, and with that comes greater responsibility. You are being molded into a vessel of strength, purity, and divine wisdom. This is why certain relationships had to end, why old dreams had to fall apart, and why doors you prayed for remained closed. Every denial was protection, every delay was alignment, every detour was direction. As you step deeper into this transformation, humility must be your anchor. God is elevating you, but he is also teaching you that true power flows through surrender. You are stepping into leadership, not just over others, but over yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your purpose. This is the stage where you learn to operate, not from ego, but from the Spirit. The chosen one does not seek validation from the world. They walk boldly in faith, knowing that God's approval is all that matters. You are chosen not to blend in, but to stand apart. This is the moment where your light becomes unshakable. The final preparation is not just about what you do. It's about who you become. Your spiritual awakening has unlocked gifts you once doubted, visions you once dismissed, and wisdom that only comes from walking closely with God. As you embrace discipline and obedience, you will begin to see the manifestation of promises long spoken over your life. What was hidden will now be revealed. What was delayed will now accelerate. God's timing is perfect, and he has chosen this season for your elevation. Chosen one, the shift is here. You are not imagining it. The pull you feel, the clarity awakening within you, the divine nudges guiding your every step, it's real. This is your call to rise as a light bearer in a time when the world desperately needs hope, truth, and divine alignment. You are being positioned to impact lives, to inspire faith, and to awaken those still trapped in spiritual blindness. Your journey has never been just about you. It has always been about the kingdom, about fulfilling the mission God placed within your soul before you were even born. Prepare your heart, strengthen your spirit. Keep your eyes fixed on God, because the next chapter of your life will demand boldness, courage, and unwavering faith. The final preparation isn't easy, but it is sacred. You are stepping into the season where destiny collides with manifestation. Trust the process. Trust His timing. Trust the anointing over your life. Everything you've prayed for, everything you've waited for, everything you've suffered for, it's all aligning right now. Conclusion: rise. Chosen one, your revelation begins. Chosen one, the waiting is over. The years of hiding, the seasons of silence, and the trials that felt unbearable were all part of God's perfect design. He hid you not to punish you, not to forget you, but to prepare you for a purpose so extraordinary that only you could fulfill it. This is your message from God. You were called, and now your revelation begins. Everything that happened, everything that tried to break you, everything that felt like it delayed your destiny, it was all orchestrated to bring you to this very moment. Do not underestimate the magnitude of this turning point. The war you have faced has been real, relentless, and testing, but it has also been intentional. Every moment of rejection, every season of loneliness, every setback that seemed unfair was part of a divine strategy. God has been shaping you, molding you into the chosen one He knew you could be. The spiritual awakening stirring within you is not accidental. It is the culmination of years of unseen preparation, refining, and alignment. You are exactly where you are meant to be, at the perfect time, for the perfect purpose. Your revelation is not just about personal triumph. It is about stepping fully into your divine calling, a mission that will touch lives, ignite hope, and awaken dormant souls. For years you may have questioned why life felt so heavy, why the doors you wanted seemed closed, or why people could not understand the weight you carried. But now you see the truth. The hiding, the silence, the struggle, all of it was part of God's plan to prepare you for this sacred moment. The world may have overlooked you, underestimated you, or even rejected you, but God never did. You were chosen long before you were ever recognized. The time to rise is now. You are being called to step into the fullness of who God created you to be. Your light is necessary, chosen one. The energy, the gifts, and the spiritual authority awakening within you are not for personal gain, they are for the world. Your faith, courage, and obedience will become the beacon for others who are lost, broken, or waiting for a sign that God is real. Your revelation is the confirmation that your purpose is true, and your light will illuminate paths that others cannot yet see. As you step into this new season, remember that humility must accompany every advancement. The world may begin to notice your rise. Doors that were once closed will open effortlessly. People who doubted you may suddenly recognize your presence. Opportunities will flow, resources will align, and situations that seemed impossible will now become manageable. But with visibility comes responsibility. God is not raising you to boast or to dominate, but to serve, to guide, and to lead with integrity and grace. True power is rooted in obedience, discipline, and unwavering faith. Walk boldly, but stay grounded. Walk confidently, but stay humble. Your spiritual awakening is the key that will unlock doors to unimaginable breakthroughs. You are being attuned to recognize divine confirmations, to hear whispers of guidance that others miss, and to act on insights that align perfectly with God's message. The clarity awakening in your spirit is your compass, your inner guidance that ensures every step you take is in alignment with your divine calling. The revelations you are now receiving are are not for idle contemplation. They are instructions, confirmations, and encouragement to rise, to act, and to fulfill the sacred mission entrusted to you. Remember, chosen one, the power within you is not for casual use. It is sacred, divine, and designed for the fulfillment of God's kingdom on earth. Every test you have faced has strengthened your spirit. Every wound has deepened your empathy. Every trial has expanded your vision. You are now prepared to wield your influence with wisdom and discernment. The timing of your revelation is flawless because God's hand has been orchestrating every detail, from the people in your life to the opportunities that have aligned before you. Nothing is by accident. Everything is by design. Now is the moment to release any lingering doubt, fear, or hesitation. Your past no longer defines you. Your previous struggles no longer limit you. The chains of limitation have been broken, and the barriers that once held you back have been removed. The war you fought in silence has prepared you to stand strong in the light. You are fully equipped for the divine mission that awaits. The world will recognize your rise, not because of human power, but because God is magnifying your influence and elevating you for a purpose far greater than yourself. You must step boldly into your revelation with confidence and unwavering faith. Trust the divine timing, trust the signs, and trust the whispers from God that have guided you this far. The opportunity to fulfill your divine calling is here, and your obedience will dictate the extent of the impact you will make. Your revelation is not simply a phase, it is a declaration, a shift, and a manifestation of the destiny that was always meant to be yours. Let this be your reminder. You were chosen, chosen one. You were hidden, but not forgotten. You were prepared, refined, and strengthened so that your light could shine at precisely the right time. Your spiritual awakening is the signal that you are ready to walk into your full power. The world is shifting, and your revelation is a catalyst for transformation not only in your life, but in the lives of countless others. If this touched your soul, comment 777. Say it as a declaration of faith, as confirmation of your calling, and as a claim over this sacred season. Say it because deep within you already know the truth. You were called. Your preparation is complete. Your revelation is unfolding. The light God placed within you is now ready to illuminate the path for others. Rise, chosen one. Step into your divine calling without hesitation. Trust God's message, embrace your spiritual awakening, and walk boldly into the destiny that has been waiting for you. The war has been real, but so is your victory. The hidden years were for a reason, and now the reason is unfolding. Your light is necessary. Your mission is sacred. Your season has arrived. Stand tall, rise higher, and shine brighter than ever before, because heaven has already declared it. Your revelation begins now.